Talking Luther College cross country with Coach Yarrow Pashi. And Coach, you went up to Wisconsin Lacrosse for their event this past weekend. Talk about what you took away from that event, both men's and women's side.
Yeah, actually lacrosse had to move their course. So historically it's been at a course that, I don't know, it's been there for 20 or more years. It's been there forever. I raced on there when I was in college, so did Steve Pashi, and they've hosted the national meet. But that course was no longer available, so we moved, the meet was moved up to Ettrick, Wisconsin, which is a little further north. So it was a new course for the whole field. We'd never been there before. I think they've hosted some high school meets on that course before, but it was all new. And so that's just a good challenge and a good thing for our runners, just to get used to having no one on the team with experience at a different course. So that was a good thing, and it was a good course. It was definitely a lot different than the previous one. I had a very small start line, there was a big field, 31 teams, I believe, and 450 runners or so on both the men's and women's side. So it was a big field to put on a tight starting line, but I think it went pretty well. And the course, going into it, we thought it might be pretty flat, and it was actually some good cross country, a lot of hill to it, a lot of roll, so there was some quality challenge in the course, and I think that suits our team very well, and it was a good experience for everybody.
And when you're going on a new course that nobody else has been on previously, how do you go about preparing for that mentally and physically?
Yep. So as a team, we change up our venue. We have practice any number of places, and we're often jumping in the vans to go out to different places, and whether that's some minimum maintenance hill that we go to, or different old farms or seed savers. We change up our venues for practice on a regular basis, and I think that the ability to do workouts and just adjust to different terrain helps us when we come to a situation like we did on Saturday, and just go into it unknowing. And okay, we've got 6,000 or 8,000 meters to run. How trust your instincts, have confidence in yourself and your training to know to just run the course in front of you. And I think we can do that pretty well. And
another week, another performer of the week on the women's side, Tricia Saris, finishing pretty high on a pretty big and talented field last week.
Yeah. And it's good for her to get in some good competition, I think, for the whole team. And I think she's got even better things ahead. So I think she felt pretty good, but not great. And so I think that just builds her for future races to come. And I think it's good to know that there's some quality competition in our region and in the nation that she'll get to run with.
And coming up this Friday, one of your real fun events of the year, the duel against Wisconsin Lacrosse. It'll be here on campus. Talk about your approach to this event. Really, it involves everybody on the squad, doesn't it?
Yep, yeah. So this meet has been going long before I was born. I don't know what the actual year is, 52 years running, so that's pretty phenomenal. And that's specific to the men's side. The women have just been doing it for the last maybe 3 years. But it's a phenomenal event. It's just a duel with Wisconsin Lacrosse, and they come over here. And typically we pull out our top few runners, so not the whole squad racing, but it's a very competitive race. The men will race a 4-mile, and the women will race a 4K. And yeah, really fun, good tune-up heading into the conference meet and the championships down the road. So it looks like it will have good weather for that, and another good meet there.
All right, hopefully you take the next stride forward this weekend with the home duel against Wisconsin Lacrosse. We wish best of luck in that event coming up on Friday.
Good. Thanks a lot, Darren.
Yarrow Pashi talking Luther College cross country.